institutions.
In 2024, nearly $800 million came from countries like China, Russia, Venezuela, and Yemen.
And China's in a ballpark of its own, sending over $175 million to colleges across the United States just last year alone.
Columbia University has reluctantly taken the first step toward fixing its relationship with the U.S. government in order to restore funding, because the money is all that really matters, apparently. But faculty didn't get the memo, whining today, whinging, screeching about policy changes that protect Jewish students.
We teach students to be skeptical of authority, especially our own authority. If anyone thinks that we can brainwash Columbia students, they've never met a Columbia student.
The Trump administration is waging a war on college and a war on knowledge. We are here to display and demand courage and integrity in response.
The Trump administration's attack is not just on Columbia, of course, but on higher education as a whole. Columbia will remain the college of no king.
It's time for all of us, faculty, students, alumni, elected officials, and the public, to lead the defense of universities.
Joining us now is former GOP national spokesperson Elizabeth Pipko. Elizabeth, welcome. Good to see you today. Let's start with the money. How concerned should Americans be about where foreign money is coming from and how much of it's coming in?
I think they should be incredibly concerned, not only how much is coming in, but where it's going. We're in 2025, right? The way to attack those that you want to sink, it's not just to throw a bomb like it used to be. Now it's to infiltrate the next generation. We have social media and we have these college campuses and we have these foreign adversaries actually spending their money to make sure that students in this country grow up hating America, wanting to do whatever they can to end our way of life in this country. And they're doing it because of the money that they're able to put in these institutions, which have absolutely zero oversight, apparently. And then they're fighting back when Donald Trump actually comes down and says, hey, maybe you should look at the problem that you have going on, which is really anti-Semitism, but also a very strong anti-American sentiment.
Elizabeth, listening to these professors, they are welcome to go get a job somewhere else. Please go try and teach in China. But what the Trump administration is doing or trying to do at Columbia and elsewhere has nothing to do with a war on education. It has to do with protecting Jewish students and standing up against individuals who foment like radical terrorist ideas and also threaten Jewish students. That's what this is about. And by the way, keep talking. You'll get your right to issue F-1 visas revoked, and then we'll see where you are monetarily.
Right. It's so strange to me. You just played these clips. We're hearing these people actually complain about what's going on, but I looked into what Columbia University said that they were going to do when they got this warning about the federal funding. They're trying to root out discrimination. They're trying to have an anti-Semitism-free campus. They're trying to keep students safe. What are these professors complaining about? What is the problem here? And why is it taking a warning from the federal government for them to come out and say we're going to try to root out anti-Semitism in our university?
Well, what you're seeing is getting closer to the root of the real problem at these places, right? For decades now, they've been staffed. I was a professor for 15 years at a great college, but I know how the game works. Departments of people of a certain viewpoint hire more people of a certain viewpoint. That's been happening for decades at Columbia. So, you know, the students are in the quad, but when the money starts getting pulled away, now the profs get out there because, of course, that's their paycheck, and you see where the message actually starts. Right,
and I hope people are paying attention, right? I hope parents are looking at those that are in charge of shaping their children's minds, and I want people to realize this is not new. My mother shared this. My father, when he came here as an immigrant from the former Soviet Union, he was in Yale Law School, and he told me he remembered on his first day in class the professor saying, "You'll feel right at home here. We have our own fascist in the White House." That, of course, was Ronald Reagan. That's how they spoke at these elite universities many, many years ago. So it's just at the forefront. It's bubbling up now. We're finally seeing it. And thank God we're seeing it, because parents might actually take a stand now.
Well, and they're concerned, these university leaders, with being exposed by, to the fact that they have intentionally reduced the number of Jewish students by half over the last 20 so years. Just final word to you, Elizabeth.
Look, I want people to realize a lot of families, like my own family, come from the former Soviet Union, come from Cuba, come from all these communist socialist countries so that their kids could have the American dream like I once had. It's not so they can be taught the same materials that they once escaped from. America's better than that.